Brought to you by the Every Dollar app. Start budgeting for free today.
I currently live with my boyfriend at his parents' house. We've lived here for about 2 years.
Ooh.
And we are getting engaged this year, and we're wanting out. Obviously, we don't want to be engaged or even married living here. We've been doing the snowball effect for a little bit, but it's still in the process.
How old are you?
I am 23.
Okay. All right. Because your sweet little voice, you sound like you're 12. I wasn't sure. Okay.
Well, thank you.
That's okay. So we don't have debt because we aren't married. Who has debt? You or him?
I have just debt from my car. It's about for me to completely pay it off. It's about $27,000. He has debt from his vehicle and debt from credit card bills from starting his business.
And are you both working?
We are. Yes.
How much do you make?
Yeah. What do y'all make?
I make $30,000. I work at a bank that I'm interviewing to move up, so hopefully making more soon.
Mm-hmm.
And it fluctuates with him just because he owns a contracting business, but it's normally, I would say, a year like $60,000 to $70,000.
So why are you guys living? I mean,
why aren't you married, making $100,000 a year at 23 and pay these debts off?
Mm-hmm.
We haven't gotten married yet, just because everybody around us have told us that we're kind of young, so to wait.
What? Okay.
Well, you're acting like you're
I was
married,
going to say,
so what
tell
are we
me,
waiting on?
what's the difference in your mind?
Yeah.
Because your actions aren't showing difference.
Yeah,
because your actions aren't showing difference.
Everybody around you includes his parents who don't want y'all to get married, huh?
They've kind of told us to wait a little bit.
Yeah.
Just his brother got married last year, so we were kind of trying to give him his moment and waiting. But he doesn't want to wait any longer, and neither do I. So
yeah. I would suggest you all get married this weekend and move out next weekend.
Hey, George here in the control booth, and I bet you're wondering what they're going to say next. Get out of debt, sell the horse, yada, yada, yada. The advice may be predictable, but the internet is anything but. You see, your personal info is out there, up for grabs by shady companies ready to add more scam and spam to your life. And that's why I use Delete Me. Delete Me will scrub your data from all of these sites so that you can focus on The Ramsey Show instead of who's buying and selling your info. And Ramsey fans get 20% off at joindeleteme.com/Ramsey or by using the link in the description below. So go take control of your privacy as soon as this call is over.
I would suggest you all get married this weekend and move out next weekend.
We actually have an opportunity to move into a cabin on his grandpa's land It is $15,000 that we have calculated to renovate it. So
you're broke. You don't need to be renovating someone else's cabin.
Why can't you just get an apartment like everybody else?
You don't have any money, and you're broke.
We actually have donkeys, so we are not able to move into an apartment because we have donkeys that we have in our backyard.
Why? Where did those come from, and what are you using them for?
We actually breed them to sell the baby donkeys, but we had to get rid of a lot of them because we couldn't afford it.
I can't believe I'm asking this question. How many donkeys do you have?
We only have 2 right now.
And what are they worth?
And what
are they worth?
The female is probably worth $1,000, and the male is probably close to $1,100.
Perfect. Okay, so I'm going to tell you what I would tell my daughter if she was 23 and she called up and was in this situation. I can't imagine that happening, but let's say she did, okay? I would say sell 2 donkeys, get married, and move out within the next 3 weeks into an inexpensive apartment. You have $100,000 a year income, clean up this mess of debt that you have, and then start saving to buy a nice property and a piece of ground later and restart your donkey business later. If that's your dream. I suspect your dream's going to change about the time children start coming.
Yeah, 100%.
Yes, we
don't revolve our major life decisions around donkeys in the backyard.
That is a good principle of life, Dave.
Yes.
Oh, boy.
Oh, this is great. This is so fabulous. Madeline, you're a sweet girl.
Yeah.
But I think you're listening to everybody else except the 2 of you. And I think you and your husband-to-be need to move out. and get you an apartment and get married right now. And then you need to clean up your debt mess. And if the donkeys are keeping you from doing that, then we need to get rid of the donkeys. And that's not a metaphor. That's an actual fact.
That's a fact.
William is in Harrisburg. Hey, William, what's up in Pennsylvania?
Everything's doing very well, thank you.
I'm glad. How can I help?
Mr. Ramsey, first, thank you. I hooked into you about 15 years ago, and you've changed my life.
Oh, I didn't change it. You did. I'm proud of you.
Well, because of your input.
Well, thank you, sir.
I have about $100,000 that I need to put into my house because of water abatement and mold.
Ooh. It's been going on a while.
We've been in the house for 30 years, and I've just been putting it off and putting it off.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's been going on a while.
Man.
Okay.
Yeah. So I have about $800,000 in retirement, a mixture of Roth IRAs and traditional IRAs.
How old are you?
I am 67 years old.
Okay.
Retired.
How many bids have you gotten on the work?
Say again?
How many bids have you gotten on this work?
About 3 or 4 of them.
Okay. So you got a good average. You know that 100,000 is an accurate number. It's not one guy sticking you.
Correct.
Oh, good.
Correct.
Good for you. It's not your first ride on the cabbage truck. Okay. Good. Okay.
Yep.
So it's a simple answer, dude. Take 100 of your 800 and fix your house.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Not do a home equity loan.
No, we're not borrowing money when we have 800 grand in the bank.
Okay. And here's the reason I asked. I have a pension and Social Security that puts me at about $85,000.
Yeah.
So if I take $100,000 out of my retirement, I'm going to have to pay 30% tax on much of that.
Yeah. Yeah. That's right.
Still pay the 30% tax.
Absolutely. I'm not going in debt. Not when you're a millionaire. And you're a millionaire. No.
I appreciate it.
Easy enough. That's easy, man.
That's a good question.
Well done. Good question, sir, and good answer. Open phones, 888-825-5225. Another way of asking yourself these questions, like William's asking, is always reverse engineer it, folks.
That's true.
And say, if I had $700,000 in my retirement account, would I go borrow $100,000 to have $800 in?
Mm-hmm.
No, I wouldn't. Same thing. The thing that's throwing him is he doesn't want to pay the tax.
Well, why do people feel?
If he has traditional, he has required minimum distributions coming up at 72.5 anyway.
That's right.
They're right around the corner. So he's going to have to begin to pull this money down anyway.
Mm-hmm. I think people think when they roll money into their house, they won't feel it as debt. Like it's almost like in their mind, it doesn't count as debt.
Yeah. Take a HELOC and do this 100,000. So yeah, you're Williams. He's a saver.
He is.
Another way of saying it is he's a cheapskate. He didn't fix a mold issue that got worse while he's sitting on 800 grand.
Yeah. Yeah.
Dude, go fix your house.
Type 1 syndrome.
Yeah, this is really what you've been saving too harshly here, brother. Yeah, it's good. Very, very good. So Jade,
do you want to talk about the donkeys?
I'm still trying to get my emotions around that one.
Yeah.
I didn't completely lose it on the air. That's pretty good. Laughing.
I was close.
I thought you were going to have to phone a friend and see if George would say to sell the donkeys. You know, it's kind of his
George! I forgot it. We should have channeled our inner George.
I know. Where is he
and
when
now,
we need him?
So the horse people were after George. Now the donkey people will be after me.
How do you get
for
into
making fun of the donkeys and saying sell the donkeys?
Yeah. I don't even know how you get into how that becomes your dream in life.
What set of parents lets the girlfriend move in with their son and bring the donkeys? That's over the top.
It's over the top.
Hun, Mom, I'm bringing a girl home and a couple of donkeys.
Great. Here's the room upstairs.
I'm thinking my mom would have said, "You're not my child."
Oh man, I wouldn't have survived.
I'm bringing the donkeys. Yeah. If we could make up these calls that were this good, we'd make them up. But instead, we just take calls from normal people. This is The Ramsey Show. Create your free every dollar budget today, the simplest way to budget for your life.